Good day, everyone. My name is Demetra Tubbs-Scherer, and I am a student at Liberty University in the School of Behavior Sciences program. Today, I will be presenting my interpersonal communication plan. The purpose for this plan is to show that I am committed to improving how I maintain and nurture healthy, meaningful, and intentional relationships. BB, and Redmond states that interpersonal communication is the exchange of messages between people to create shared meaning and build relationships. I will be discussing 4 key points. The first point being my behavior blend and how they can affect how I communicate with others. Communication barriers and the importance of knowing what they are. My developmental goals, as well as a purpose-driven plan. My behavior blend is IDS. I stands for influential, D stands for driven, and S stands for steady. My strengths are that I am a motivated leader who is confident and compassionate. I am a true social butterfly who thrives off the energy of others. Some challenges that I have is that I struggle to be true to myself because of misunderstandings of what my intentions are. Areas of growth, because we all have them, right? Is setting boundaries, learning how to delegate, and to stop giving out more information that is needed. As a Southern African-American woman who is rooted in community and fueled by faith, I was cultivated to communicate with compassion and with a heart of service. However, I struggle with setting healthy and intentional boundaries and over-justifying just to be understood by others. This happens in settings where I am emotionally driven. Identity and communication. I know that I am a person who celebrates cultural differences and welcome meaningful connections. I do become withdrawn or isolated when I experience misunderstandings or rejections. And on occasion, more often than none, I find myself over-explaining when I feel that I am not being heard. Some insights about Demetra. I am a difference maker, and my passion makes impacts in the lives of others. I am a person who is the people's cheerleader. I love to see people win. However, sometimes I forget to celebrate my own wins. Although I may become withdrawn, my heart is always open to receive. I am learning to give myself the emotional distance to heal, renew my strength, and to do self-reflections. So my communication barriers are distractions and defensiveness. I often find myself distracted by other things. Distractions restricts me from being an effective communicating by taking my mind or my focus away from the things that are important. It hinders the emotional connections and from me listening with intention. Defensiveness is a barrier that obstructs effective communication and meaningful connections. So I often find myself distracted by playing on my phone or scrolling through social media. I know I'm not the only one, but this is what stops me from being present in the moment. I miss important opportunities, and it's very inconsiderate to my loved ones. So me being distracted by my phone hinders me from being present and being available to those that I love and care about. So defensiveness. I often become defensive when I am in a conversation about something that I'm passionate about or a topic or even myself. When someone says something that is untruthful or deceptive, I find myself putting up a guard. And so instead of listening to get an understanding, I often listen to respond. It disrupts my communication and my connections with the people that I'm surrounded by. I build up walls between my heart and it causes emotional disconnection. So my communication goals are personal, professional, and spiritual. My personal goal is that I want a relationship with my friends and my family to be nurtured in love, honesty, grace, and understanding. I plan to do this by making sure that I listen to understand instead of reacting. I want to be fully present and embrace them in the moment. Being assertive but not aggressive. My professional goal is that I want to display communication in the workplace that is respectful and communication that is done in clarity. It is important for the growth and it fosters teamwork. I do believe that my professional communication or my professional family is just as important as my personal. I need to be organized and focused, be mindful of my body tone and language, and to welcome criticism as well as others' opinions. My spiritual goal is to make sure that what comes out my mouth has power to encourage, to make and not break. So John 1:19 states that we should all be quick to listen and slow to speak. I want to make sure that what I am doing is being effective in my family, in my friends, and my colleagues' lives. So I'm going to ask the question, what would Jesus do? I can be delivered from distractions if I incorporate prayer, seek guidance from God, and be centered and confident in who God has called me to be. So my implementation plan is that I would listen without judgment, but with understanding and compassion. Set healthy boundaries and effectively communicate what the boundaries are and why they are important. When emotionally triggered, I'm going to take a breath, I'm going to say a prayer, and I'm going to journal my thoughts. Accountability and evaluation. I do plan on holding myself accountable for what I say and also what I do. Apologize and ask for forgiveness whether I'm right or wrong. The goal is to have meaningful relationships, and sometimes it's not about proving a point. Ask the question and don't take offense to the answers. Being self-aware and doing self-assessments by using the model displayed in class. Expected outcomes. To be more confident when having unpleasant conversations. To nurture meaningful relationships and to not withdraw or isolate it when they become challenging. Healthier and more meaningful relationships. To be present in the moment, making lasting memories with my family and friends. To protect my peace and not disturb others' peace in the process. So here's the truth. I've shared with you how I communicate what my challenges are, and implemented a plan as to how I plan to move forward and on purpose. Excuse me. I am more intentional about my relationships, and I will make sure that I am fully engaged and present. I will no longer seek validation in others. Saying less is best. Not everything deserves a response. I am a more confident and compassionate communicator. This implementation plan has taught me things that I did not know about myself. It gave me the opportunity to do some self-evaluations and to seek areas in which I can grow and develop as a better communicator in the workplace, at home, and also in my community as well as in my church. It is important that I recognize the areas of growth that I need and then take the actions in order to make myself a better communicator. It's important that I display what Jesus have called me to do by being compassionate, by being kind, and by being loving, not just in my presence, but also in the words that I share. I thank you so much for this opportunity and allowing me to do this plan because it has taught me so much about myself. I hope you have a great day. Thank you.